What's up, YouTube? Prince Dragoon here, bringing you another Yu-Gi-Oh! Death Pro duel vid. Gonna be playing some more Galaxy Photons. Might do a profile or a list on this, but if I do, it's simply just gonna be something that I'm just really just starting out. Man, I can do so much. Oh man, I can do so much with this hand. I kind of almost just, oh man, I can do so much with this hand. yeah, I'm always, just because I just love it, I'm just gonna go ahead. Put out first turn fell grand. Put out that first turn fell grand. I don't know, he's always just such a safe bet. And you know, just in case I could, I'm gonna do a Plz too, just in case. See, I can just start out so strong in this hand, just super strong. The Fiendish Chain, Plz, and Felgrand, and like things are just looking sweet, and I still got a nice Rescue Rabbit in the hand. I'm just gonna go ahead and activate the Foolish now, because I already know that I'm gonna do it for. I already know I'm gonna do it for last Photon. So. Yeah, and it's like, man, it just forces your opponent right off the get-go into like, what are you gonna do? It's like, what are you gonna do? Like, you know, you just. Which is like, of course, you know, I can already see he's gonna go for an XZs here. And I'll pitch Soldier. It's like, exactly, it's like, what can you do? Like, oh my god, it's like, honestly, what can you do? Oh, and it's like, oh my god, it's like too fast, too OP. It's like, what are you gonna do? I could have made a game right there. Easily could have made a game. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, you know, what exactly are you gonna do when you're facing a Felgrand and a Plz? Just right out of the gate. First turn. I mean, it's not even 4 minutes, or it's not even 5 minutes into the video. And I'm definitely gonna do a deck profile. I mean, I still feel like the deck can get stronger. I'm not gonna lie, I mean, I'm playing this deck right now, and I'm just loving how it's playing right now. I have been working on building Photons for a while myself, so some of these cards I actually do have in real life and stuff. So I have been like working on building the deck in a certain way, in my own way, you know, for a while now. So I might do a profile on this, you know, As a matter of fact, you know, the duel was so short. Let's go ahead and do a profile. Let's go ahead and do a profile on this. Okay, and this is the Galaxy Photons deck profile that I've built here. Like now, mainly right out the gate, I mean, it's Galaxy Eyes. It's just an all-out Galaxy Eyes deck. It's all based around your star player, Galaxy Eyes, Photon Dragon. So of course you want to have 3. I mean, it's just 3. So Galaxy Eyes Photons, playing 3 Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragons. He's a beast. I believe he's just like the new. He's basically the new Blue Eyes, just on like mega steroids. It's like alien Blue Eyes, outer space Blue Eyes. He's just like mega steroid. And I play 2 Galaxy Knights. 3. I feel like 3's too much. You know, you don't really want to like just, oh, you know, I'm going for level 8s. You know, you really do want to have like some diversity in your deck. You know, be able to that it can go into different plays, no matter what those plays be. You know, that you do have diversity, simply because, you know, diversity is what wins games. You know, I mean, sometimes if you're just all about making the same play, obviously, you know, game 2, side deck in, you know, and I don't have a side in this just yet. I haven't really, you know, like I said, I've just really created this, been messing around with it here and there. And really right now I just have it balanced. I don't really have it like, oh, these are, you know, like, oh, you know, super kind of thing, like where like I just, you know, oh, you know, have these in any kind of specific order, or I have these cards for specific reasons. And I mean, I do, you know, obviously, you know, I have, you know, just, you know, cliche spells and traps, you know, at least cliche traps, you know, for a reason. You know what I'm saying? You know, 2 Fiendishes, 2 7 Tools, 2 Black Horns, you know, to stop your opponent, of course, to stop your opponent. Oops. Got rid of the 7 Tools. See here. Yeah, 2 7 Tools, 2 Black Horns, 1 Solemn, 1 Bottomless, 1 Compulsor, and 1 Torrential. And monsters, other than Galaxy Eyes Photons and 2 Galaxy Knights, I play 2 Soldiers, simply because I feel like, you know, like 2 Soldiers is, he's a sweet card, you know, don't get me wrong, but like I said, you know, you don't want to always make the same play, but I feel like, you know, like 2 is definitely enough to, you know, go into the plays that you want to go into, or maybe, you know, have him like on a first turn draw or anything, you know. And like 2 of him, and especially 3 of Galaxy Eyes Photon, as you just saw in the duel, you know, really just has great chances. You want to run a low count, but you know, it really has great chances of, you know, just having both of them in the same hand, you know, getting Galaxy Knight right out of your deck, or even if you have him in your hand as well, you know, just get the Slayer out, you know, like just get the Slayer out of your deck, you know, because I believe, let me see. Oh no, let me see. Yep, 1 Galaxy monster. Okay, so she would have. Yeah, let me see. Believe had access to Slayer somehow. Oh yeah, Expedition. Expedition is my way to Slayer, but. Definitely. I mean, it's great plays, you know. Photon Slayer simply for like some Pleiades, you know, and with 2 Soldiers and 1 Slayer, I feel like, you know, you're just all right with 2 XZs, 2 level 5 XZs, which would be Vulcasaurus and my great friend here, Pleiades, you know, kind of just boss. And of course, it just works with the deck simply because, I mean, they're all lights. You know, the only non-light monster I believe in this deck that I have would be just Rescue Rabbit, and I do that, you know, for the Xandrites, you know. And simply, I run that simply because, I mean, you never know when you're going to need an Exciton, you know, an Honor Arc, or, you know, like if you can just get it out there quickly and safely, You know, it's great. I mean, even yeah, even Paladin, uh, Paladinamo, yeah, Paladinamo, pretty sweet. You know, especially when you're trying to set up, you know, maybe a little OTK or just get some damage in. You know, but yeah, two of the new cards. These are gonna be in Primal Origins. Uh, gonna be Galaxy Mirror Sage. Flip, gain 500 life points for each galaxy monster in your graveyard. After this card is flipped face up, when it is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon one level 4 lower galaxy monster in your deck or in your graveyard, you know, in a face down defense position. Which obviously you don't want to bring back, you know, your Crusher or anybody, you know. Who you do want to bring back is Galaxy Wizard. And this card, pretty sweet, you know, it can really, you know, lead into some plays for you. The only downside I feel like there is to Galaxy Wizard is that when you do like say like you want to like say you do have like a Galaxy Ice Photon in your hand, you know, you don't have Galaxy Knight, you don't have Galaxy Soldier, you know, you just happen to have like just her and like him, you know, and maybe like a Cloud Dragon Crusher, some spells, traps. You know, you can just, you know, tribute her on out, add the soldier to the hand, you know, from the soldier to the hand. And you can do a soldier effect, you know, if you do have that one, you know, Galaxy Eyes Photon right there, and add a Galaxy Knight to the hand. But since you already normal summon Galaxy Wizard, you can't actually go for the normal summon of Galaxy Knight for his effect to just, you know, spam a Photon Dragon back to the field from the grave. And it's like, oh man, that just leaves you like in a almost defenseless position because you're gonna, you know, sit there with a Galaxy Soldier at 0 defense. You know, I mean, yeah, he's in defense, you know, protecting you from any, you know, potential oncoming, you know, battle damage or anything. But I mean, still just as fast to run over as well. I mean, 0 defense is 0 defense. Any monster can run over it. So that's one thing that you guys must be wary of. That if you did summon Galaxy Wizard that turn, you know, don't really, you know, try to go for a Galaxy Knight play, you know, from a Galaxy Soldier simply because, you know, try to find like another way around, you know, like either Galaxy Expedition or Galaxy Zeros or anything, simply because, you know, you already normal summoned with your wizard, so, you know, you will not be able to get Galaxy Knight's effect, and that's just, I'm not gonna lie, I've biffed on that a few times. But two Mirror Sages to set the wizard, get her out of the deck or anything. Two Galaxy Eyes Cloud Dragon. This card is sweet. Like, man, this card is sweet. And what's strange is that it just keeps going back, I believe. Let me see. You contribute this card to special summon one Galaxy Ice monster from your hand or graveyard, except Galaxy Ice Cloud Dragon. You can use the effect of Galaxy Eyes Cloud Dragon once per turn. If this card is in your graveyard, you can target. Let me see. You can target one Galaxy Eyes Xyz monster you control attached to this card from your graveyard to that monster as an Xyz material, and it just never vanishes. It's not like, you know, like, oh, Plague Spreader, like vanish it after you synchro with it or anything. It's just no, just let me stack free materials from the grave. You know, just, you know, because, you know, going plus is always good. So. And as well as he can just, you know, revive any Xyz, you know, and then just attach himself immediately. Like this card, it's just, oh my god, it's broken. It's broken as hell. Galaxy Eyes Cloud Dragon might even, it's like, it is Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, basically. He is Galaxy Eyes Photon. So it's like basically having 5 of them in your deck. It's like, and I feel like 5's enough. You don't have to go for 6, you know what I'm saying? Especially since you can only activate his effect once per turn, you know. Which I believe, don't get me wrong, I mean, if you do have multiples in the grave, I'm not sure if you can activate his effect per the amount that you have in the grave. I'm not sure if it stacks like that. But yeah, you know, he is a very sick card. two Crushers, and two Thrashers. Simply, of course, gotta have them Photons in there. One satellite, and I mean, this can go for like level 5 plays sometimes. Let me see. Sometimes I never really focused on like really making a level 6 play, but it's mainly for like level 5 plays with a Thrasher. If you have to, like, say you just spam Thrasher out onto the field, and then Photon Satellite into a Volcasaurus if you have to, or anything. Or, like one great card that is going to come out, I believe, in Primal Origins is Mirage Fortress Enterpriser. And it requires 2 level 9 monsters, just like Dyson Spear, but just it's so sweet. And it kind of has like a Draco Sack artwork, and I really like it. But, once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card, then activate one of these effects. Banish one card your opponent controls, which basically is just like, oh man, just, yeah, let me BLS, whatever that is, and it doesn't even specifically has to be a monster, just banish a card your opponent controls. So that's just powerful, that it doesn't specify, it's just powerful within itself. You can banish one random card from your opponent's hand, banish one card from your opponent's grave, or just banish the top card of your opponent's deck. Like, say if you even were happen to play those Sylvans, and it's like, oh, okay, I'm a stack, and then just chill, wait for that effect to go off. Okay, no problem, I'm gonna banish that, simply because I already know it's gonna be problematic later on. Like it stops stacks, it stops, like, maybe some graveyard effects. It might be too slow to stop, like Bujin graveyard effects, because they can just activate it as you summon it or something. I'm pretty sure, but I'm pretty sure that it can do some stuff in the grave. Maybe touch a few things in the grave, like, oh, you were hoping a warrior alive, your BLS, well, you're not getting BLS or something, banish your BLS. I don't know. Because I have seen Magical Merchant BLS decks, and it's like, oh, okay, banish your BLS. But it's a great card, So Photon Satellite with Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, and sometimes, it's like Galaxy Zero right into Galaxy Eyes Photon, right into Photon Satellite, because you do have to normal summon Photon Satellite, so it's like, these cards, sometimes Galaxy Expedition and Galaxy Zero sometimes will help with that, especially if you can just Galaxy Soldier into something, then do all your effects, then just lay that as a final piece of cake, on the top. And Rescue Rabbit, of course, for the 2 Alexandrites. Now, one Photon Sanctuary, I believe the one is enough, simply because, I mean, it's like, this deck just goes all out as it is. It's like this deck is just in your face. So, I feel like the deck really is just all out as it is. So it's really in your face. So it's like you really don't need too much protection in Photon Sanctuary. It's good to have, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying it's like, yeah, man, if you don't really actually have Photon Dragon in your hand, which sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, you just cycle him, either through the graveyard, or you can cycle him through the hand, but most of the times especially with this new deck, you're just really gonna be cycling him through the graveyard, through your deck. He's not really gonna see much play out of your hand, to be honest. So that's why one Photon Sanctuary, one Photon Stream of Destruction. It's a great card. You control a Galaxy Eyes monster, target one card on the field and banish it. But of course, if you don't control Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, you can only activate it, on your turn, which is perfectly fine. It's just basically like a free BLS magic card, for anything problematic that you're facing at the time. One Dark Hole stands for itself, of course, to save. One Foolish Burial, simply because you will be working Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon out the grave, 2 MSTs, and of course all these cliche trap cards. There's gonna be a new. I haven't really found a way. Like, I'm trying to think if I really want to add the rank ups to really like just like make that a play. Neo Galaxy Eyes Tachyon Dragon. And I'm trying to think of this, like, how good is it compared to like the counterpart that it would be using, you know? It's like, you detach, from it, negate the effects of all other face-up cards into the end phase, but it's like it doesn't really affect set cards, You know, let me see. And also, your opponent cannot activate the effects of cards on the field this turn. Oh, okay. So that would actually shut trap cards. Okay, okay, okay. And then during your main phase one, oh, okay. So you contribute two monsters. They basically become like an obelisk, except just I'm gonna just be able to attack that many times. It's maybe like a chimera attack. Maybe like a chimera attack kind of like shut down kind of play, but it's like I just feel like, man, it's the rank ups. I don't know. I mean, if you decide, that you can make if you can make a move super viable play, what I'm saying, if anything, I'd probably just get maybe rid of the dark hole and maybe rid of the sanctuary. Because Photon Stream of Destruction is OP. That's going to be coming out in Prime Origins. I don't think that's out right now, but yeah. If anything, like just add two rank up cards, and in whichever way you want to be ranking them up, and go for him, either for Photon Centrator and like maybe Dark Hole. I mean, Dark Hole's OP, but sometimes it can't be, like, especially when you're facing like Draco sacks and stuff. One Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, simply because it's a Galaxy deck. One's number 62 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon, simply because, of course, it's a Photon deck. It's Galaxy Photon deck. It's super sweet. Oh man, this guy makes this deck so OP. Felgrand, the Divine Dragon Knight, simply because you can just spam him out first turn, especially if you have the ability to spam him out first turn, and maybe even get like a Pleiades first turn, and it's like, just like, what are you gonna do? Simply because he has a good, good effect. He has good field clearance. Some good what in League we would say like CC, crowd control, or whatever. Well, he has spell and trap control, so he has like back row control. So he's like BC. Heretic, Sun Dragon, Overlord, Heliopolis is like BC, and maybe frontline control. So FC and BC. But he's sweet. Gimmick Puppet, Heavenly Strings, simply because, it's, I don't know. It's simply because you just want options in your level 8s. You do want options. One Honor Arc. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's actually become. I believe it's becoming a staple card if you're running any kind of like rank fours or anything in any kind of deck. I feel like Honor Arc is becoming like a staple card. More than Exciton Knight, and I mean, I did put Exciton Knight in here, but I mean, that's really just to put him in here. Simply because I already know that I'm not going to find a way into Black Rose Dragon. Because if I could find a way into Black Rose Dragon and, not have to, like, oh, I can't damage, like, hurt my opponent for the rest of the turn after I, destroy all their stuff, then I wouldn't, with Exciton. I mean, might as well, simply because I can't. Volcasaurus, of course, he's super sweet. One Utopia, simply because, I mean, it's Utopia. He's just generic. I'm not saying he's a staple, but he's just generic, and I just put him in here just because, I don't know. I just felt like putting him in here. One Mirage Fortress Enterpriser. It's gonna be a great card. I'm not sure. You might even go for 2 Photon Satellites just to maybe make 2 of these bad boys. But yeah, and I'm sorry I'm doing long into this. One Star Leash, Paladimo, great card. Lets you to draw. And it's all right. It's not too OP or nothing. As a matter of fact, it's not really even that OP. It's just a great card where you can just get over something that they have if it's targetable or something. But of course, better to have Pleiades. Radiant Light Emperor, Galaxion. This card, if you ever do manage to get this out, like say like you just Thrasher and then Crusher, like right on out, and then you just simply to get because that's one thing you want to run into as many galaxy eyes photons as you can. Just pull them all out of the deck as fast as you can. Like you either have them in your hand, field, or graveyard, but you just want them out of your deck, so that way the faster you have them out of the deck, the faster you can make plays. So Radiant Light, Emperor, Galaxion, I feel like one's enough, and great card. It's a galaxy deck, so there's a dual and profile, guys. uh, uh, of course, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate all my views, all my viewers. You know, thank you for all the tremendous support. This is Prince Dragoon saying, yo, peace out.